So Eric Trump, I thought a lot about Eric Trump, but this is President Trump's executive director of digital assets, Bo Hines, resign. Like, we have so much politics to talk about because it very much applies to the crypto markets.
Of the White House Crypto Council, Bo Hines, I mean, we watch countless videos and live streams about crypto, and he's always talking. He said the U.S. wants as many Bitcoins as possible. People ask him, how many do you have? They're like, we don't know, but we want all of it. I'm like, okay. Well, this guy probably knows more than any of us. He has the insider strategy for the White House. He knows the partner.
Again, I feel like they're going to hire also more employees for crypto in the next few days or next few weeks in the government, which will understand crypto, and it's going to help them pump the crypto market.
And getting access to so many things and info. And I will say, okay, keep crushing it, brother. Like, go ahead. Boom. He resigns. President Trump's executive director of the digital assets, Bo Hines, has resigned, and he posted something I want to read for you guys. And it's this guy. If you forgot, no worries, I got you. Kelly's right in the
Bo was joined by his deputy. I guess that could be the biggest collab of 2024. Look at this. Ethereum itself growing. That is nice. But XRP takes top spot in Grayscale weekly crypto snapshot. So the ETF, with like news like this, the ETF could be closer just because of good news like that.
Top spot in Grayscale weekly crypto snapshot. That's so good. Let me show you. So look something like this. Let me open it in a new window. And if we...
Returns in 1 week, XRP. Return to 1 date, 60%. Look at that. So just let that chart sink in. It gave better return today than Bitcoin. Better return date in Bitcoin and better return today in 1 week. That's why the whales bought 150 million. Again, 10% of that 1.5 million or 1 million is a lot of money for 10%. That's $100,000 someone just got, right? Because whales bought $2 million, $1 million. So nothing gave more returns than this. XRP is on the leading spot. That's why I'm saying like Doge is not the main thing because it's minus 30% still. Stellar is like right up there.
Zoom in. You're going to see how that is August the 7th. Today is the 9th. But the first week of August, we crushed. Return first week, XRP 9.7%. Look at that. Stellar, Cardano, Doge, Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is doing much better. But the first week of August, XRP did phenomenal. And that's so good. So my thing is, Eleanor even saying, Hines, who previously worked as a partner at a growth equity firm before joining the Trump administration, will remain on a special government employee, to assist with AI initiatives alongside David Sachs. If you ask me, just speculation right here, of course, not financial advice, but the guy wanted to make a lot more money. He knows everything. He knows what's coming. He knows all the partners and all the big news. And obviously, you get out from the White House.
I feel like there's a lot of the news that we hear here is like already priced in. Like a lot of people already know it days before we hear about it. All right. So that's why I usually check news that's more important or news that's going to happen in the future, because sometimes this type of news, while it's cool and all, it's just a small factor of what's about to happen. Who previously worked as a partner at growth equity firm before joining the Trump will remain on special government employee to assist with AI initiative. Like AI is becoming the future. The government made it very clear on that. XRP being the future, but the government made it very clear. Like, look at this price. This is the biggest gainer in 2024, and the charts don't lie, and I told you guys about this. Market cap 200 billion. So return year to date. Okay, this coin, which I talked about on my stream, has returned 10% more than XRP. But most people, who knows what's going to happen to it. But right now, XRP is absolutely killing it. Like, it's insanely good, which is good, but not financial advice. Again, not financial advice. Anything could happen in crypto market. Remember the risks of trading. Remember the risk of returns and everything like that. And you got to think about, life is short. Enjoy life as well.
We went down. Price of XRP came down a little bit more.
Like just staying at this price, wow. Staying at this price level really makes you wonder that the prices are not going to crash yet.
Again to that 320. So if you wanted to buy the dip, I think some of you are doing it here on BTCC. Well done. Great news for those who are looking into what are looking for. And here, what happened here and what happened here, right? So at 3,500, we stayed a long time in this level, on this level, and also this level, May and June, like 2,500.
Until we got more news. I'm waiting for more news in September. I feel like I always repeat myself, but there's so many things about in September, October that really hype me up for crypto. Hype me way up than anything before.
Remember, it was kind of boring, but finally we're waking up to the idea. That's why, we have Ethereum, we have XRP in the top returns, and I think for the second week of August, the number one spot is going to be ETH. And that's so good because there's more spot ETFs and big financial instruments coming in for the price of XRP.
I feel like that XRP's real gains, in my opinion, will start in 3 years, 2 3 years, because that's when all this stuff that they have promised will finally go live. It takes time.
Crypto exchange CEOs, that's something that he does, explaining the agenda of the administration, right? So I think he did a good job. I like the guy. He was always very sharp, and when he was always saying, oh, we want more and more and more Bitcoin, I mean, you can hear that. Look, you do both Hines and you do Bitcoin, you'll hear this. There's supposed to be a video right here. Well, there's one that was June 26th, and listen to this.
There are a lot of different actors that held on to some Bitcoin in some fashion or another. Now the process begins in terms of establishing the reserve, the actual infrastructure behind it, and getting all of that accomplished. There's nothing in the EO that mandates that report become public, but we could choose to make it public at some point. And we are certainly keen on the idea of accumulation. We've stated publicly that Bitcoin is digital gold. We believe it's in the best interest of the United States to garner as much as we can possibly get. I've said that at every conference that I've spoken at.
I feel like he predicted it correctly, and the U.S. is already holding some crypto anyway. They're holding like some amounts of crypto, which is another thing. Best interest in the U.S. government to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. Didn't they reveal that they will get a Bitcoin treasury and an XRP treasury anyway? So he is focused on that, and that's what we need. Like, younger people voicing their concerns or their, their thoughts, and that's what I like to see. This is where technology is really showing itself in 2025 for XRP.
Well, I'm gonna follow him closely, and if you wanna know,
I'll keep you guys updated right now. Why I believe XRP will explode.